Okay, so let's talk a little bit about age and one of the and what we why you may or may not want to hold off. So again, we're looking at the maximum. If you look at the maximum, which is the orange, it isn't until Suraj is roughly about 80 years old that the maximum starts to pay off, right? When he turns 80, essentially, he everything after 80, that's where his surplus comes in all these other against all these other options, right? You can see that he has a great surplus against the two FRA. That's that $100,000 likely um difference, or that $99,000 difference we chatted about earlier. And then this is, against the green option. Um, that is as well the younger option, that's a little bit over $100,000 difference over the lifetime. So, when you think about it, I know it's not always nice to think about, but when we think about our lifespan and where we plan to be, it isn't always, you know, if we have family history that sort of says that we don't live till 95 or 100 years old, or over 90 years old. There's that conversation to be had and sort of say, okay, well, maybe it doesn't pay off to wait, right? I have a good friend who is in a family, and there is, unfortunately, the men in his family, he's in his early 50s, and the one oldest one was, I think, in the late 60s, right? And so, he's got to ask himself some pretty tough questions. He's got kids, and he lives a fairly healthy lifestyle. But, at 60, at 70 years old, he's going to be one of the oldest living males to make it in his family, right? And so, there are different morbidity conditions and different things that, we have in our family history that might lead us to believe that we're not going to, you know, be on the upper end of this curve, right? And that's unfortunate, and it's something to think about. Certainly having a high stress job, post 62 doesn't make that any easier, right? And so, there are a lot of conditions there. So what I like to show this chart just so people can think about it. There are some places that I can send you to sort of calculate based on your current medical conditions, and how which will give some statistical information about longevity, right? And I think it's important that we all sort of think about that. Not everyone is going to make it to 100, right? So or more.